Hey y'all, it's vlog 4, Confessions of SHOWBIZ, my industry journey. Still, we're in Texas right now, haven't left just yet, and I get the news that I'm going to be performing with 98 Degrees, wow, Tatiana Ali, and a small group called No Authority. But, of course, their fans knew exactly who they were. I had to go look them up, and they are amazing. Woo! Getting this kind of news was awesome, you guys. I had just literally graduated college, and I had auditioned for a promoter, not a casting director, not an agent, but a promoter who sells concert tickets, and he also is the one that gets the talent to perform at the concerts. So he's the one that actually booked 98 Degrees, No Authority, Tatiana Ali, and myself, and another dancer. So they put me and another dancer together, someone who I didn't know, and it was only the two of us. I was pretty surprised when they told me her backstory. She was a stripper. I freaked out. I had never worked with anyone who hadn't went to like dance studios to learn how to dance, or someone who didn't go to college, or who at least had taken classes in high school like I did. So I was pretty nervous to meet her on the very first day, but wow, did she surprise me. I was the one who had to teach the choreography. I also had to choreograph the 2 dance numbers that we performed to. I'm hoping to find that video so that I can show you guys at the end. So stay tuned. Keep watching this entire vlog to see if I was able to find that video from back in the day of us performing live on stage in front of all those people in San Angelo, Texas. Oh, it was so awesome. Woo, what a rush. I had never performed with all those people watching and video cameras and all that good stuff, you know, and cell phones, and, you know, the news stations are out there and everything. It was a blast. But getting back to getting to know the other dancer, she came over to my mom's house. I was still living with my mom because I literally just graduated school probably like a week before this. So I hadn't moved out quite yet. And I taught her the choreo, and she got to meet my family, my mom, my brothers. So it was really, really awesome getting to know her so like deeply. We became like friends during this time. And one of the things that I learned is that you never know what people's journeys are when it comes to dance. And although she was a stripper, it was something that she had did to survive, something that she had did to take care of her family, basically. Her brothers and sisters and her mom and dad. And I didn't know that until we got a chance to talk. It was great. She actually picked up the choreography just fine. I taught slow. It gave me the opportunity to work with different learners. It worked out perfectly. And I got to go to her house. I got to meet her family. And everybody was adopted, including her. I got to meet her parents. We got to talk about hair because we had to figure out what we were going to do with our hair for the performance. She was a Mexican girl, and she used the same products that I do on my hair. I was like, why would you use hair grease? I don't use hair grease now, but back in the day in Texas with humidity and everything, I definitely grew up using hair grease. It's just what we did. And, you know, in the little jar, and she said that it made her hair like stay down and in place, and she really liked the hold of hair grease. So I was like, okay, I learned something new. But yeah, so it's what she used, and it was literally the exact same thing that I had in my house at home, the exact same thing. And we decided to wear our hair in these knots, like the bandeau knots, is what we wore in the performance, and you guys will definitely see that in the video. Whew, let's hope I can find that thing. But she and I both wore the bandeau knots. She was able to do them just fine. I didn't even have to teach her. It's the style that she's actually worn before. And Jada Pinkett Smith actually wore the bandeau knots as well in one of her movies, and that was really, really cool. But so we made it all the way to San Angelo just fine. We went by van. You guys, I didn't even know this promoter before this audition. Sometimes you just have to trust, and I did. In the very beginning of my career, and even now, I trust so deeply because you have to take a chance. And, you know, I can't even remember. I definitely know I didn't have a cell phone to call. Like, I wasn't privy. I just graduated college, so I didn't have all that. But we made it to San Antonio, Texas, and they had snacks for us in the van on the way there from Houston, from my hometown, and is where we drove from. And we got there and we checked into our hotel. Her and I stayed in the same room. The promoter and the driver slash like his assistant, they stayed in a different hotel room. And we met them the next morning, and we got ready and everything, and met them for breakfast. And we practiced on the stage, and we got to see the stage and what it looked like, and like, oh my goodness, you guys, like just seeing all the cameras and the cords, and I just can't believe that was my first huge performance right out of college. During college, I studied and I focused straightly on college and just being like in the dance program and the Spanish Bachelor of Arts program. I didn't focus on being a performer during that time in the professional sense, meaning like going out and finding gigs and getting paid for my craft. So this was my like stepping out moment, if you will, and it just felt so amazing to be able to perform and share my choreography that I had made up, and I also taught, you know, one-on-one to someone who was definitely a beginner at, you know, this style. We that evening we got to hang out with No Authority. We were still in our performance gear. The second dress that we wore was we wore a sparkly dress. It was silver. Wow. So crazy how that shiny stuff is still like really big today. But I picked out our outfits, and the promoter paid for everything, which was really great. All we had to do was show up, dance, got paid. We didn't have to pay for our dresses. We didn't have to pay for our next outfit, which was, I had us in army fatigue crop tops, and we had some army fatigue pants. They were just the green, so that like it was not so much army fatigue. And then we wore some really cool boots that went with it, went with the whole thing. It was so cute. But yeah, they paid for all of that, and we just showed up, we danced, we did our thing. And that night we got to hang out with No Authority. We were like in the parking lot just talking, chatting it up. They actually were staying at the same hotel as us, so we just all hung out in the lobby and like talked. You know, it was crazy. They were like the same age as us. We didn't get to meet Tatiana Ali like face to face, but 98 Degrees was also there, and like, oh my gosh, like Nick Lachey, like I can't believe that we actually like performed on the same stage as them. So what happened was, No Authority performed first, then we came out and performed after No Authority. So No Authority was the opener, we came in after, then Tatiana Ali performed, then we performed again, and then 98 Degrees performed. So like as like we're leaving the stage, 98 Degrees is like getting on the stage. It's like this is not happening right now. This is so cool. But I always tried my best to stay like professional and calm and not too much of like a like crazy fan, because like when you're in those positions, you guys, you're an artist too. You're a professional too. People are like looking at you like, oh my gosh, you just came out the stage, you know, oh my goodness, she performed with 98 Degrees, Sadia Ali, you know, No Authority. Like, you have to keep your cool, you know, you got to keep your cool, like, hey, you know, oh my gosh. But inside, it's just like, this is real life right now. This is really happening. Like, nobody wake me up. This is not a dream. This is like really happening. So the next day when we came down for breakfast, the promoter had the newspaper, and the newspaper showed a little excerpt about the concert and the fact that like these performers and everything, they did like a whole like write-up, and No Authority had like their picture like plastered on there. You would think it would have been 98 Degrees' picture, right? But the news crews and everything that were out there actually took it of No Authority. So that was cool. That was different. I can't believe it. These were the beginnings, guys. These were the beginnings. I hope y'all will stay tuned. This was vlog number 4. Behind the scenes. It's heating up, y'all. It's heating up. You know, Confessions of SHOWBIZ. My journey of the industry.